I'm Richard Noyce and I'm the Curator of Artefacts at the Royal Naval Museum of Portsmouth. This is one of our new acquisitions that's just come in. It's the sign from the Altmark Incident, which was a famous incident in the Second World War. The Altmark was the supply ship to the German pocket battleship, the Graf Spee, which was of course made famous in the Battle of the River Plate. So the Altmark followed the Graf Spee all the way through 1939, supplying the ship with fuel and supplies. And as the Graf Spee was sinking merchant shipping, she was also acting as a prison ship by picking up the survivors, British merchant ship survivors. And so all the crews from the ship sunk by the Graf Spee were kept on board. The British obviously wanted, after the Battle of the River Plate, we'd sunk the Graf Spee. We wanted to capture the Altmark and free British sailors. So we had a big chase all the way around the tip of Great Britain up to Norway, and the Altmark was chased into the field at Yossing Field, and the British Navy, with a flotilla led by Captain Vine at the time, on HMS Cossack, chased the Altmark into the field, and some of the sailors boarded the ship and freed the British merchant sailors, and it then became known as the Altmark Incident. And this sign was erected on the spot by the Germans, and you can see it's actually got the German markings. It's made from a packing crate, and it actually says on the 16th of February 1940 the Altmark was seized by British sea pirates, or fell to British sea pirates, because at the time Norway was considered neutral. She was a neutral country, and the Altmark had gone into neutral waters, but the British followed her in, so technically both the British and the Germans were breaking Norwegian neutrality. So after the sign was made, it stayed in Norway throughout the German occupation, and until it was liberated by the airborne forces. So they moved into Norway and liberated it. And as a tribute, they presented this half to the then Admiral Vine, because he'd been promoted. And it was passed down through his family, through his two daughters, to the Royal Naval Museum, which is how we have it today. And hopefully in the future this will be going on display as one of our key exhibits in our new 20th century gallery.